fear is a state of the mind which can be controlled, diverted, or completely eliminated. It all depends on how well we handle it. The cause of fear is ignorance, and it can be dispelled by knowledge. We all have a very deep inner concern that some other person or some other event or situation may dominate our life. And this creates an inner insecure feeling in us, and this becomes fear. This insecure feeling and many complexes in us is the basic reason for fear, and it can be dispelled by knowledge. We all have fear of some type or other because we all have complexes inside us. One of the basic examples for this is in our day-to-day life is we fear taking decisions at the appropriate time. We delay in taking decisions. The main reason for this is the fear of criticism, the fear of a failure. So just like that, this fear may be a very temporary state of mind, but it disturbs us drastically. We all have fear, and sometimes we may appear as a fearless person. We may not know what type of fear we have, but when the situation comes, the fear also arises. And it just cripples our result, our effort, and it holds us back from moving forward. There are many types of fear. Some of the very common types of fear are the fear for mental pain. We may fear that someone else may hurt us verbally, and this causes a deep fear in us. Someone may isolate us. Someone may disrespect us. Someone may ignore us. So all these types of fear cloud us when we go in a situation or when we face a situation. They isolate us even in a crowd, and we become an introvert person. And this affects our life in day-to-day life. Another type of fear is the fear for the physical pain. We may get some diseases or we may meet with an accident. So all this unnecessary imagination gives fear, creates fear in us. Another type of common fear is the fear for death. Until we understand the death in its proper sense, we feel that when the physical body separates from us, we also cease to exist. We may not understand that the soul is eternal. So this fear of non-existence, it is very common among all of us. Another type of fear is the fear of unknown. We do not know what fear it is, but we have a fear when we venture into something new. We may not know whether it will be a failure or a success, but some fear we have deep inside us. Mostly all the inexperienced people experience this fear. But once when they move towards that new venture, or when they get experience, they observe that system and they get knowledge, and what we feared once, we dominate that field. So this is a fear of unknown, and mostly all the inexperienced people experience this fear. Then it is the fear of deep attachment for our desires. We all have desires and we are so deeply attached to it. So we may fear that we may lose what we love, or some danger or something may happen to what we love. So this creates a deep fear in us, the fear of loss. If someone comes as an obstacle for our desire, and if that person is weaker than us, then we get anger. And if that person is stronger than us, then we fear them. We fear we may lose what we desire or what we love. Another type of a fear is the fear that Some untoward incidents might have happened to us in the past. At that time, maybe it would not have affected us like this, but we keep on imagining about it. We create unnecessary thoughts and we fear that it may happen again. This holds us back. And another type of fear is we give unnecessary importance to something which is not very important. For example, the fear of criticism, the fear of negative criticism. It's a thing which has to be ignored, or when someone else hurt us verbally, it has to be ignored. But we give very great importance for it. And this is one type of fear. So these are the negative aspects of fear. Fear too has a positive side. It acts as a self-defense. It protects us sometimes. The fear of death or the fear of the physical pain makes us more cautious about our health. The fear of failure motivates us to do work in the right way. The fear of sin or punishment makes us to do the righteous work, that is dharma, follow dharma. And it brings us close to God. So just like this, the fear protects us too, but it has a limit. Fear is okay, but if it exceeds a limit, then it gives only the negative impact for us in our life. So the basic cause for fear is ignorance, and it can be dispelled only by knowledge or by experience. We have to face the situations with our inner power. And only by knowledge we can dispel fear. Fear has negative sides, we all know about it. But fear too has positive sides also. Thank you for watching.